Telatalk Season 12, Episode 2, coming at you like a bear hug from a grizzly bear from your camping site because you accidentally left the food open and you fell asleep and now the bears are coming sniffing around and now you scared shitless in your tent. You shit in your dungarees because you hear the rumbling outside. You try and tell yourself, oh, it's probably just raccoons. Now, motherfucker, is a whole ass grizzly bear eating some grits in your campfire and now you shook. You don't know what to do. Your girl's looking at you to try and be a man, do something to get the bear out of there, but you pussy. You know you're pussy. She knows you're pussy. Your kids know you're pussy. And you're just letting that bear fuck up your whole day. It's Telatalk.
How long did you prep that? Because I know that was not off the dome.
That's off the Domington.
That
was off the Domington.
No way.
That was off the dome.
I don't believe you. You need more people. I don't believe that at all, nigga. I know this nigga was practicing that shit in front of the mirror all day today.
Yo, this episode is executively produced by my little cousin Josiah. He asked me specifically to go over the Trippie Redd album, Pegasus.
Did you listen to it at least?
Fuck no and fuck you.
Alright, there you go. Because I definitely did not listen to a Trippie Redd record. I don't think I've ever heard a Trippie Redd record in my life. Like a song.
I can't say for sure that I have either. I've heard him featured on the song, and that's it.
And
I kind of liked it. Like, I liked it, but not in... I never listened to the whole Trippie Redd project.
You know what's funny about that? Me and you literally sat here pre-pod one day and listened to a little Tekka song just to see what he would sound like. Would never listen to this nigga ever.
No, I feel like it's the same ballpark. Like,
Sure.
we have to stop saying... Just because I won't listen to your project doesn't mean I hate you. That's not hate if I won't listen to your project. All the way through.
One thing that people don't really talk about with, like, listening to new music or listening to... Or, like, even eating new food or something like that, you have to be open to do that. You can't be forced to do that.
Facts. Just put a gun to my head and tell me to listen to Trippie Redd.
Like, yeah, if I listen to an album that's forced, you're already going in there with a negative mind state. Not negative, but, like, you really don't want to do it.
Yeah. Plus, if you feel like... If you personally feel like you're finding something, you'll like it more than if someone told you to recommended it to you. It's weird like that.
That's some people. I know exactly what you're talking about, and that's some people. They have to have it be their idea that they found something.
Let's go even more than music. Like, if it's their idea, it was like, y'all wasn't putting cheddar cheese on Pop-Tarts.
Yeah, like
I found that.
People like to be early on things or stuff like that, or Facts. Be a part of a team of something really early.
It's like, oh, y'all not putting sugar water in your cereal instead of milk?
Sugar water.
But, like, those are horrible examples. You know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, people like being early. People like thinking that they're, like, the ones that created something. And, like, they're the only ones that do it. Like, motherfucker, everybody puts on their socks before their shoes.
That's just like every one of these niggas that have like a team and they be like, yeah, we did it. Like, nigga, you don't suit up, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. We did nothing, nigga.
Yo, you ever seen someone put on a sock and then the shoe and then the other sock and then the other shoe?
Yeah.
Stop lying.
How do you do that?
Both socks, both shoes.
Well, I've seen people put one sock, and shoe, for sure. Like, I put on both socks before I put on the shoe. But I've seen them do it.
Like, regular shoes, sneakers, right?
Yeah.
No, that's weird.
No, I've seen people do it. I don't do it. I don't think I've ever done that, to be honest.
I can understand if, like...
Maybe I have. I don't know.
If you're doing a sports game, like, you put on your boots, your cleats or whatever... And, like, that's a whole process, because you got the long sock, the shin pad, the boom, 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 whatever. You might want to do that one at a time. But if you got, like, regular-ass, like, Vans, and you put on the whole shoe before you put on the other sock...
Some shoes are uncomfortable to put on, though.
You put on your shoes before you put on pants?
That's psycho shit, nigga. You put your jeans over you put your jeans to the pants? That's super psycho shit. Sometimes I do put on my socks before I put on my jeans, though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh, yeah, because you don't want to have to, like, roll up your jeans all the way, and then... You know, that's something that comes like per pair of pants. It's not preference.
I do not like putting on my socks and hitting the floor before I put on my sneakers. That does not happen. I have some weird thing about that.
Wait, you let your feet float?
Nigga, I sit on the edge of the bed and my bed is really high, so I just put my sneakers on there.
It helps that you're 5'4" too.
I wish, nigga.
Wait. So... Let's say, like, you're not on a high surface, like, you just, like, holding your feet up? Or, like, can you make your socks touch the ground?
I don't know. I've never ran into that predicament, to be honest. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to shit like that, like my routines. I just do things. I don't really have like. I think we all have a routine, but I don't think that I pay attention to it. I don't pay attention to that shit. Like when people are like, "Yo, do you put on your left leg first in your jean, or do you put on your right leg?" And I'm like, "Nigga, I don't fucking know. However I feel."
I'm definitely a left legger because that's where the dick be. So you got to take care of that first.
Or you can just move it after, nigga.
I mean, it's preference. Like I realized, when I would make coffee at home, this is what I used to do. I used to put the sugar in the cup first. Yeah. So I can see how much is in there. But now, like, I trick myself by putting it after. I have to trick myself.
Do what?
Into thinking there's more sugar than there is.
Oh, okay. Nah, I guess that's a good portion control rule for sure.
Yeah, because if I can't see it, I'm like, shit, I probably put a bunch in there.
That is true. I do understand what you're saying. If you can't see it, it does look like it's more that you put in it. Or it can be like, oh, I put a little of it in, and then you end up putting a bunch of that shit in.
Facts. Because, like, you'd rather have, like, too little than too much. Because if you have too little, you can always add more. But if you have too much, it's over. Rest in peace. Shout out all the people out here that are discovering that they can't cook because they put too much salt on everything.
Okay, yes. I had this conversation the other day with one of my homeboys. His father's a chef. So we were talking about how to like correctly season things. Like for a lot of people, it's hard to correctly season shit like to where it's perfect. But what I was explaining to them, and he was agreeing with me too, is that it's if you over season something, it's way worse than you under seasoning something.
Facts.
Because you can always put the more seasoning on it.
Yeah, and like you don't notice until like you're done. Really, like once you taste it, and you're like, "Holy shit, this is horrible."
Well, yeah, if you don't taste as you cook.
I'm not gonna taste like raw meat.
Oh, not raw meat. Yeah, if you got meat, then yeah. And by the way, I know a lot of Dominicans that do that.
Yo, you're a sicko if you're like, yo, let me lick this raw meat real quick.
Not even the meat. You know the pause, hella pause. You know the juices that come off the meat when you cook it.
Yeah.
They taste that with the seasoning to see if it's correctly seasoned.
Nah, that's hard.
That's nasty as fuck.
That's some indigenous folk shit. Like I fuck with that. I feel very disgusting. In tune with the earth.
That's the very in tune with salmonella, nigga. That's what you went in tune with.
If you think you're a spiritual woman and you don't do that, take that shit out your bio. Put the crystals
away. No more earthy.
You're not earthy no more. And don't try to like hide it by saying you don't even eat meat anyways. Do it with some like something else. Just to see.
Alright, we didn't really have that much music. We were just talking about the Alchemist project that I'll listen to. But we'll both listen to.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Shout out to Food Villain. I'll probably freestyle over a few of that and put it on our Patreon.
Alright. I guess we can start off with the only music topics that we do have is Cudi has the I know this happened like on the 27th, I think they announced this shit that Cudi got Man on the Moon 3 coming out.
Word. Now I gotta listen to Man on the Moon 2.
If you didn't listen to Man on the Moon 2? Which Man on the Moon I know I like Man on the Moon 1, but I'm trying to see if I've listened to or if I have records in here for Man on the Moon 2.
Fam, I haven't heard 1 either.
You haven't heard Man on the Moon 1?
No.
That used to be my shit, nigga. That used to be... I definitely heard Man on the Moon 2. You've heard records off of Man on the Moon 2.
Probably, if you name them. I don't look for that shit, though.
I think Man on the Moon 2...
Kid Cudi's one of those artists that, like... He's one of those where, like, if you started listening to him at his, like, peak...
Yeah.
Or, like, when his, like, where he was really popping and, like, people were really influenced by Kid Cudi, quote unquote. You're a super fan.
Oh, you're one of those people that don't believe that Cudi influenced?
No, I absolutely do believe he influenced. I just don't like him that much. His early... Look, that sounds like hate. Look.
I'm letting you get it. I'm letting you get your shit off.
I like the Cudi projects that I've heard.
Yeah.
I didn't like them enough to be like, yo, let me listen to his old shit to see what's going on. Because I like Satellite Flight a lot. I like Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying. I kind of fuck with his rock album, low-key. But Indica was cool.
On Man on the Moon 2, I know you've definitely heard Mr. Rager because we've played that in the car a few times.
I've never heard Mr. Rager.
You've never heard that record? Oh, you must have tuned it out. Or you must not know that it's Cudi.
Him and Travis Scott got Rager tattoos, and that just puts me off of it.
Well, one got it from the other. Man on
they
the Moon
tattooed each other?
No, nigga.
Oh,
you know what I meant.
Misunderstood.
Man on the Moon 1 was definitely one like that album came out in 09?
Because he got what, Night and Day on there?
Day and Night? Yeah. that was definitely like when I got put on the Cuddy really early. I got put on the Cuddy really early by, I think I've told the story on here. It's by one of my homeboys that like I met my freshman year. He was a senior, and we used to have this what's the show? I mean, what's the class that they make the morning show on? TV production. We used to have a TV production
TV
class.
production. You was on TV production?
Yeah, I've been on TV production every year I was in high school, nigga.
That's crazy. You couldn't wait to not do shit every day.
Big facts. Well, no, I used to be an anchor sometimes.
That's crazy.
But yeah, so
polo shirts.
there's definitely old clips of me being anchors, and we used to shoot like that's when they used to do like the lip dubs things. Yeah. I think that's what it's called. We used to shoot them shits all the time. But yeah, he put me on to this shit really, really early. Like I think that's when Cuddy was like first popping off. This is when this album first came out, and literally that whole class I would just listen to the Man on the Moon like the whole class. But I used to listen to it chopped and screw because that's the only one that they had on Dat Piff at that time, and I didn't have the CD.
That's actually hilarious.
Because I definitely from what I remember,
I wonder how many like that went on for. Like, you can only listen to certain albums on that Piff, and it was like not the real version.
Well, it's chopped and screw. It's all chopped and screw. All of it's chopped and screw. I used to listen to Higher with Chip the Ripper every morning. Every morning I went to school because that song, I like the beat of that song so much. It's like really, really smooth. That record is really, really smooth. I fuck with Cuddy though. I would be interested to see what it sounds like now. I mean, Cuddy hasn't put out that much music in a while. He had the Todd shits or the Scott shits with Travis Scott.
With Travis Scott. But before that, he had the collab album with Kanye, and then his last his own project was in 2016.
That's the one that y'all niggas hated a lot. I didn't listen to that.
No. The one that everyone hates came out in 2015. That was Speed and Bullet to Heaven. That was his rock album.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about?
I like some shit on there.
You talking about Passion, Pain, and Demon Slaying?
Yeah, I like that one.
I actually do like some records on here. That's the record that they have, that surf record, right, with Pharrell?
Yeah, they got a surf record. They
surfing. I like that record. That record's dope.
Andre 3000. He got like 2 Andre records on there. It's actually, I think it's underrated, truthfully.
Him and Andre to me are pretty similar, to be honest. Not like in the rapping ability, but as far as like being creative, I think they're pretty similar sometimes. I think one is more creative than the other, but
yeah, their album sales aren't very similar.
Hell no. Outkast is unmatched by anybody, nigga. Like, it's very few people that have album sales like 3 Stacks and Big Boy, nigga. Like, without a doubt. Maybe the Fugees.
Kid Cudi's discography, like, I didn't listen to his first 2 projects. I started with Indicud in 2013.
Yeah. Kid Cudi, okay. I got a good reference for you. Kid Cudi is... How you feel about Nas is how if you just switch it out, it's supposed to be how you feel about Cudi to me.
Where like the first few projects were really great, and then everything is like, it's not horrible, but it's
what you think about Kid Cudi is really about what you think about Nas is really about Kid Cudi. Where you think he only has like 2 good albums. That's where you really think about it. That's where that should be.
Kid Cudi is your Nas to me.
Because out of all these albums, I think I like one. I like Man on the Moon, and then Man on the Moon 2, I like a few records. But as far as like in a complete project, I like Man on the Moon only. But I do know that Kid Cudi is the influence of why you have the sound now with the 808s and Heartbreak shit, and then everything that everything that Travis does is pretty much just a mimic of Kid Cudi, or like an expression of Kid Cudi, if you want to say it like that.
No, I fuck with Satellite Flight. That's a great project.
I haven't heard that album though to know. Let me see. Let me like look over some of these records. Cause I listen to Cudi in like spurts. Like I have moments where I'm fucking with this. And
dude, look, I'm gonna be real vulnerable with you here. There's a reason why like I purposely avoided Cudi music in like 2009, 2010 until like later. Because in high school there was this really annoying girl that like loved Kid Cudi, and I thought like she was so fucking annoying, my guy. And like she made it like one of her personality traits to be a Kid Cudi fan. So I made it like my goal to like not be anything like her. So I didn't listen to Kid Cudi.
I think that happens with a bunch of people. I think fans deter other new listeners from artists all the time, because then they were like, for example, I think that's the same reason why you have the J. Cole thing, or like that's why they always make that joke where it's like you're not smart enough to understand the J. Cole shit. It's because of the fans starting all that bullshit, and then like that's not even what the artist even signifies to be. But then your fans are like, it's kind of like what they say is like your girl is a depiction of you. And sometimes that's not true.
Sick. That's sick.
But sometimes it's not true. But sometimes it is true. Sometimes it's very true that you have for you to be around a person like that, you have to think somewhat similarly. But then sometimes it's just people can be two different people and then just agree to disagree on a lot of things.
Well, I know we don't have a lot of music topics to cover, but like we don't have to bring up how I feel about J. Cole and Nas every time.
Well, this is where that energy should be directed to artists more like this. But I'm saying, you brought up the point that it's because of a fan that you didn't like Kid Cudi, and I think that's a lot of what Nas and J. Cole fan gets a lot too. It's like
J. Cole fans are worse than K-pop stans.
No way.
Or like,
no
or
way.
like the Taylor Swift fans.
No way. They're way worse. Remember when This Is America got in trouble with, well, not in trouble, but like they got into the quote unquote beef with the Taylor Swift fans? They was writing all type of crazy shit to these niggas.
Yeah, I think you can still find them under every single one of these tweets.
I'm pretty sure.
Or like it just says Taylor ended you, and then like it's a fan cam, which I think is like.
Nah, Ariana Grande ones is bad too.
Her shit is bad too.
Remember what they did? Remember what they did with Pharrell?
Oh yeah, they said that Pharrell ruined her album, and then like they put curses on him and shit like that.
That shit was crazy. That's you know what's crazy about that? I think it's just those specific artists that have fan bases like that, where it's just like Cole has it. Drake fans that definitely have it.
LeBron fans have it.
LeBron fans definitely have it.
The anti-LeBron fans have it.
1000%. Rihanna fans, B fans. I'm trying to think of some other people that have Eminem fans, but like it's weird.
Selena
that, like,
Gomez fans.
It's weird, like other people don't have that. Like Hove doesn't have that at all.
I think Hove's too old.
Yeah, but even the old heads don't even give it, because it's old heads that do it for Notch, but the old heads don't do it for Hove.
It's because I think Hove has been like praised his entire career.
Not really. Really early on, Hove wasn't. Hove was, I wouldn't say the afterthought, but at that time, it was definitely when he was like first popping off. He's putting up numbers against like niggas who was doing crazy numbers like Nelly, Ja Rule.
I get what you mean.
Yeah,
but at the same time, like Hove was his own type of artist. Like
I think people,
you couldn't get anything else except Hove from Hove.
Yeah, but I think people. Hove has always been standoffish, where he don't really speak about a lot of shit. Even though like he used to do a bunch of interviews back then, but he doesn't really touch like gossipy subjects like other people do. So then you don't run in the risk of like people just saying a whole bunch of crazy shit to you, because he usually lives that shit in music, and two, always makes good projects. And I think people just like Hove's business acumen as well.
I think we have to take into account like who the demographic of the fans are as well.
That's my point.
Like, are they the type of people to make Twitter bots to reply to everyone's tweets?
That's crazy. We need that though. We need that.
For Telatalk? We need more women fans.
Caesar, load up the bot.
Yo, Caesar loading up a bot from his home. That's crazy.
Xavier's definitely loading up a bot for you if he has listened to the last podcast.
Xavier runs J. Cole bots.
Yo, he about to go hard, pause.
He be searching on Twitter. He just type in J. Cole, and like every negative thing, he has like a copy paste reply.
Imagine a grown man responding to somebody who doesn't like an artist and be like, "Nuh-uh."
Dog, I don't have to imagine. I could like just find it.
Yeah, you can find it. That's very odd to me. That's probably like one of the cons of the internet being so big now, where like niggas you just get corny niggas like that.
Yo, if you want to know what people really, 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 really think, find one of these like hip hop pages that post like random stats or whatever, and then the first reply is always something stupid. Like it's always something ridiculous.
That's usually all the comments, nigga.
Oh shit! All right, and then what that person said is what even though me and you and the majority and like a huge amount of people would think it's ridiculous and stupid, that's how people really feel.
Oh, I'm sure come on, fam. With all the shit that's going on in this world and has gone on in this world, especially in the pandemic. I think you can understand how people think a lot more now.
Yeah. I remember when there's this really like hip hop stat page that posts like obscure shit.
I know exactly what you're talking about on Twitter.
Like I think maybe you follow them, but they posted like the rappers that use the most unique words.
We talked about this really early on.
We use
the most unique vocabulary.
Oh yeah, but we didn't talk about like. I'm just mentioning the replies.
Oh no! We didn't talk about the replies. I never look at comments.
No, that's the best part.
I never look at, like, anytime I send somebody a link, they be like, "Yo, you seen the first comment?" I'm like, "No." Like, what does it say?
No, like sometimes I don't even read the article or something. I'll just read the comments because that's gonna tell me everything I need to know in the comments.
Going off of anything that we talk about, if you go look at the comments, they're like, "Oh, trash." Da da da. Like,
I don't need the information. I need to know how the people feel because me, bro, I'm an empath.
I don't even know what you mean. What is that?
Yo, tell us someone you an empath is sick.
I don't know what that means. What the fuck does that even mean?
It's like something people made up. Because you know what empathy is, right?
Yeah.
It's just basically saying that like you
this
are
nigga
like.
Just ask me, do I know what empathy is?
Well, I have to, I can never be too sure. Plus, it's just like whatever.
This nigga thinks I'm all worded.
Edit. So like an empath would be someone who's like really in tune to like everyone's emotions and like it affects them heavily. Like I'm like so
it's
aware.
It's like a Reddit word, or is it like a real word?
I don't know what I haven't seen that on Reddit.
No,
I'm saying
is it the internet thing or is it real?
It's an internet thing, but it's probably real because you can't.
I've never heard anybody say that. But we can keep going. Leaving it on Cudi. Cudi has they brought back the Adidas original for Bill and Ted.
Are you gonna listen to Man on the Moon 3?
I'm sure I will listen to it. It depends on what the fuck it sounds like. If that shit comes out on Friday and everybody's like, "Yeah, that shit was trash," I'll probably still listen to it. But if it's trash, if the right people tell me it's trash, I probably won't listen to it, to be honest.
It got a track list or a date or nothing?
Nah, I think it has a date. I think it's coming out in December or November. It didn't really specify. But they said that an album was coming out soon. I think they said before the end of the year the album was going to come out.
All right. Well, I guess I'll listen to Man on the Moon 1 and 2.
One I would recommend you to listen to regardless. I love that album, but...
I think I'm not going to be in the right place to like really appreciate it. Like if I was 13.
I was 14, I think.
All right, exactly.
I was 14. I was just trying to think about but my 14 was like a 20 to be honest. But
I just got to put on some cargo shorts and like a Zoomy shirt and then like put that album on and like see how it feels.
You're not explaining what I was like at that age for sure. Because
I'm only explaining what I was like at that age.
Nigga said cargo shorts and a Zoomy shirt.
Facts. The Ill Diamond supply code.
But Cudi
with the lip piercing.
Cudi has the Adidas originals. They bring back for like Bill and Ted the movie. I've never watched that movie, but apparently that's a cult classic.
It is a cult classic. They made a new one.
So I think that's why they brought him back because Cudi's in that movie. The Artillery Highs, I actually fuck with these though. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't know what it is.
Artillery Highs are another cult classic shoe.
I don't know what it is about 90s old big man high top sneakers, but I fuck with those shits. Like those with like some Carhartt pants would be dope as fuck. But if you wearing them shits with shorts, I'm not fucking with them.
Nah, this is the only time people are gonna release with some shorts to show them shits off.
I know, but I specifically
and they're gonna be like the
high
long
top
shorts.
with pants.
They're gonna be long shorts too, and they're gonna have the
capris. Nah, that capri era was disgusting.
Nah, that shit was fire.
And I definitely had a bunch of Rockaway capri jeans at that time. 100%.
You had it back then, bro. The drip was crazy. We gotta bring that style back.
Hell no, capris. I can't fuck with that shit. Capris them shits was big as fuck. Like hell no, I can't fuck with that. I can't fuck with that.
No, but like just think about like how easy it was to move back then. Like,
With them big ass pants?
yeah, but you had so much space to maneuver. Like, you
Bro.
could get some sick shits off.
I'm sure there's a bunch of my cousins in DR with capri jeans on right now, 100%.
I bet they look stylish too.
I used to fuck with this shit. Going back, thinking about how expensive that Sean John, Rockaware, Inichi, Evisu was a different class in itself. But all that shit was OD expensive because I can remember how much I paid for those capri jeans. Them shits was not cheap at all. Them shits was like close to Teddy prices for jeans, bro.
And you had like 40 pairs, you said.
I did not
That's
have 40
crazy.
pairs, nigga. You crazy? I had to save up OD bread to get just Rockaway
And you used
shit.
to starch them shits.
Never.
Seen that.
I only used to start jeans when they started to get too flimsy, and I would do light starch in the
You came out the crib and that shit looked like medieval armor.
It's
like
some niggas like, don't get it fucked up. It's some niggas in my hood that's definitely like that, heavy on the starch when we go to the cleaners, and
Nah,
your
that's
pants
hard,
be
though.
mad creased up.
The dress up shirt be like mad bulky. Like you got like the
That was
Halloween
never
costume
me.
of the pecs under there. That shit's crazy.
That was never me.
Yo, I'm so glad Halloween's over.
Big facts. We can continue this with Yachty got a show coming out on HBO Max.
Yo, who sends you videos that you pretend to watch?
That I pretend to watch.
Yeah, like you pretend to like, cause like I know you're not watching that shit.
I definitely do.
There's no way.
So the thing is, you have to think that I'm not a person that allows a lot of people to speak to me. A lot of people don't have my phone number. So if you have my phone number and you hitting me, it's somebody that I fuck with. So if you sending me something, I'll watch it. Like if you're sending me something and I think it's funny, I'll watch it. But that's like
There's a limit.
as far as Instagram or some shit like that, maybe. But even my shit on Instagram is private. So like I'm only allow people to follow me who I fuck with. I'll watch it, and if it's a trash video, I'll just tell you that shit was trash. And nigga, like, what the fuck was that?
But look, I need you to get a girl because I have to speak quietly. I will. Whatever, man. Move along. I'm pussy.
I don't have that.
Well,
Usually chicks that I fuck with is really cool. So like me and you share the same wavelength of energy. Like they're not sending me no dumbass TikTok challenges and shit like that.
yeah, but
It's
like
not.
it could even be something that you enjoy watching.
Yeah.
But it's 9 of them in your inbox.
Oh, no, that's
Right?
too much. If you flooded my shit like that, then why you sending me so much, nigga? Especially if I'm right next to you.
And then I gotta reply to all of this.
Oh nah, that's not happening, bro. That's when you get the super dismissive.
I gotta reply to each one individually, and then later on I get asked, "Yo, did you see the sent?"
Nah, this is my personality completely. If you send me a bunch of shit, I'm just gonna watch it, but I'm gonna hit that super dismissive reaction to the message. I'm not gonna tell you like, oh, that shit was fucking hilarious.
Just to the last one too. I'm just gonna hit that thumbs up, I'm just gonna hit like on the last one.
I'm telling you something like this. Social media has a lot of niggas to be so dismissive, and I fuck with it. I fuck with OD. It fits my personality perfectly, nigga. I don't even gotta respond to you. I can just react to this shit, even though I don't do that. But
Yo, you saw the news about the suicide hotline guy that got fired?
nah, what the fuck?
So somebody called the
Why
suicide
was this not on the
hotline.
docket?
Oh no, it's not, because like I was just I was looking at this like maybe an hour ago on a Reddit thread, right? And the dude called the suicide because they asked him like, "Yo, what stopped you from killing yourself?" Right? So the
Yeah.
guy. So this is from the perspective of the guy that wanted to kill himself. He called the suicide hotline, right? And he told the guy what was going on, and he said, basically, I'm paraphrasing. He was like, "Yo, you bugging? Don't do that."
Yo, they get Tristan a job at the
There's
hotline.
basically was like, "Yo, that's all you going through?" Question mark.
Damn. Yo.
And then they hung up. Like
You can't-
the hotline hung up on them, which you can't do. Like that's why they got fired.
Well, no, yeah, you can't do that. Do you know that reminds me of? That kind of reminds me of. I think it was it was episode of Friends where they had George Costanza on the other line where he called the hotline where he was going to kill himself.
Yeah.
And that's when I found out that you can't hang up on them because she was on the phone with him like all day, like literally all day.
Yeah, you can't hang up. It's over for you if you hang up. That's your job. which is
How
kind of
much do niggas
crazy.
get paid?
Not a lot. A lot of it's volunteer.
So I gotta be here for 40 hours on the phone if a nigga is on the phone for 40 hours. We can't switch off.
You could probably switch off.
I was about to say like you can't do like customer service does and be like, okay, I'll switch you over to this guy and I'll fill him in, and they never fill him in.
Yo, if I'm about to kill myself and someone says, "Yo, I fill him in," I'm doing it. Fuck
Nigga
outta
wild.
here.
Yo, this is the
I was like,
cancel
what do you
episode
mean?
100%. They gonna cancel niggas off of this one.
No, but dead ass though. If I'm suicidal and I'm to the point where I have nobody, I'm calling
Then
a
you
hotline,
call, yeah.
and they say, "You know what, my guy, I'm gonna pass it on to my boy Jeffrey. I'm gonna fill him in. I'll let him know what's going on with you folks and them. But like, I gotta go."
But that's crazy that like, well, I don't know the intricacies of it, but like,
shit.
if you have to be on the phone with them for like, say if they on the phone for 2 hours and they don't want to hang up the phone, like you gotta, for 2 days. So what the fuck are you doing in a situation like that? I'm sure that's very, very common. Not 2 days, but like
what if you fall in love
time.
with the suicide hotline person?
That's really bad.
Like, I'm sure this is plausible. Like, it's. Like,
I'm sure
one,
it's happened.
It's someone who's caring about you.
Yeah.
Two, maybe their voice sound nice.
Good thing this isn't that type of podcast anymore. For us to have the conversation of a person going through something and you helping them, and then they get attached to you because they have nobody else that cares for them.
Look, I'm purposely avoiding going deeper into that.
That's why I said good thing it's not that podcast, because that would be a 3-hour topic right there.
I forgot where I was going, but basically, like, you could tell off the voice if she's bad.
Yeah, you were just saying if you fall in love with the hotline chick.
Yeah, you can tell off the sound of the voice if she's bad.
I don't think that's true.
Nah, that's super true.
I don't think that's true at all.
Plus, like, even if it's not true, there's so much more you're willing to like accept, like as a negative. You're willing to look over it if
She got a nice voice.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think voices really like they don't really do anything for me like that. If your voice is annoying, then yes. But if your voice is like a quote unquote good voice, then that doesn't really do anything to me.
Nah, you never had like a really nice soothing voice. Like, how am I supposed to argue with you?
Well,
you make me happy.
Well, I've always told you that I like that I would prefer a woman who could sing. Cause how you gonna argue with that?
If she starts singing,
if she can sing like Janae, like, what I'm gonna say to you? But I do understand because I just got that reference because Janae does have a really nice voice though.
What if she starts singing "Pussy Fairy"?
I don't give a fuck what she sing. She can go a lot of shit with me.
She starts singing "Calm Down."
Going back to Lil Yachty has a new show coming on HBO Max. This is something we normally wouldn't talk about, but I think this shit's just gonna be like exactly like a. He has the personality to me as fucking Dave. What's his name? Lil Dicky. That's his name.
Lil Dicky.
Yeah. I think this show is gonna be exactly like Dave because they say it's loosely based on his rap life.
Yeah. Plus, this is.
It's called Public Figures.
HBO is just picking it up. He already had this shit on like that trash app Quibi.
Did he?
Yeah, he already had this on Quibi, and I guess HBO was like, "Yo, since that didn't work, we'll pick it up."
Well, I'm sure a lot of shows are getting picked up from Quibi because I heard they actually had good content, but like
they couldn't retain users.
Yeah, they couldn't retain users at all. Like they lost. I think out of the 100 million that they had or some shit like that, only 70,000 stayed after the free 30-day trial.
That's crazy.
That's horrible numbers.
I bet if Tidal put out their numbers, it'd be the same.
Do not disrespect Tidal like that.
But look, Little Yachty never has to make music ever again. He didn't have to put out the last 2 albums.
I think Little Yachty has put himself in a boat, kind of like, not to the same extent, but kind of like ASAP. To be honest, where like ASAP don't really make music like that. He be on the fashion shit heavy, and I think Yachty be on the same shit. Like I think he just has the cult following of the kids who just like how he dresses.
I think and to an extent, Little Yachty, like, he has a look. Like, you recognize Lil Yachty, especially back when he had, like, the red beads in his hair and the braids and shit. Like, he's created, Lil Yachty is a persona, that little boat shit. I don't think he has to do music ever again because he's like the brand endorsement guy
You know what's
and,
crazy about that
and
shit?
personality.
A little bit. It's like going back to fucking what we were just talking about. They all three kind of remind me a little bit of each other, but two of them actually influence a lot. ASAP, Yachty, and Cudi, to me, never put out music. Niggas like how they dress, and niggas just like they vibe. So they never have to put out music again. They'll just get endorsement deals, and they'll get like cameos on movies and stuff like that. Like it's very, 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 very similar to me.
I had to think about that because Cuddy do be on shows and he was a prominent figure on that one show
Well,
on
yeah, I said not to
HBO,
the same
right?
extent, but like they
Yeah,
don't put it.
yeah.
I'm saying it from the music standpoint. Like you don't gotta put music like out like that again at all.
Well, I will say that it's different for Yachty. I think if Cuddy puts out
Yeah.
music, it's good for him. If Rocky puts out music, people. I think more people are interested in Rocky music than like his next pair of shoes.
Yeah, but
Well, maybe not, but like this is my thing with Yachty.
Yeah.
I think every album he puts out hurts him
why though?
because they're fucking horrible.
Okay, I never listened to him. I heard people like the last joint though.
No, people liked it more than the one before because the
Also-
one before was like
It's like going from a bad
ridiculously
relationship to
bad.
one that's a little better.
Yeah, because like Lil Yachty came up from like his little boat project,
Yeah.
which was
Earlier,
it was early on, and it caught a huge buzz. Like it was apparently it was quote unquote amazing. It was like lightning in a bottle. Only Lil Yachty could have like this sound of like bubble gum, Katy Perry trap music shit,
yeah.
and it was like infectious. Like I think
That's a good word to use for him.
yeah, it was like very like even like critics really liked it. I remember even the Needle Drop gave that shit like an 8 or a 9 or some shit, right?
Yeah.
Every project he puts after that was probably like a 2 or 3.
Hey man, a lot of niggas just I don't think a lot of people expect to get as big as they are. Pause.
Word.
What
And
like I think
I'll
it
give him a
happens
little
lot now.
credit musically. Apparently, his last one, like his most recent one, was actually like not that bad. I guess
Yeah.
like
Well, that's what I heard. I
Yeah.
like the beats on that. Though. I heard like 2 songs on there because I was watching. Shout out to my boy Shine at Ugly Boys ENT stream on Twitch. Go follow my son. He has played when that album came out. He played like a few of them, a few records, and like the first 2 records that he played on there, I like it. I like the beats, but like that type of music isn't just for. It's not for me.
nah, I'm with you on that. It's for the kids.
Talking about a fucking icon.
It's for Trippy Red.
Let's just transition this to a fucking icon. Stone Cold has a Last Dance ish doc coming out. So Netflix got a doc
Steve
with
Austin.
yeah, Steve Austin, boy.
Shit.
So Netflix took the directors from the ESPN 30 for 30 of The Last Dance, and they're having a Last Dance like version of Steve Austin's career. And nigga, who don't fuck with Steve Austin, nigga? That's the GOAT right there, boy. That's the GOAT. I would love to see what this comes out looking like, and I'm definitely watching this shit 100%.
It's gonna be Is it gonna be like that last dance style
Yeah,
of his,
I'm
like
sure.
his career?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be fucking with it.
I'm definitely
Because
watching that shit.
I think we're gonna get a really good insight of the inside of the WWE, which we don't always see because it's very protected. Like it's obvious that like it's
Oh no, bro.
not real.
I think Stone Cold has a podcast, and then you know the shit that my brother be listening to, the old Opie and Anthony comedy radio shit.
Yeah,
Have you been in the comment? One time they had, I think it was Stone Cold like Triple H on there, some shit like that, and Triple H is married to Vic McMahon's daughter or whatever, and they were talking about what's the craziest scenario that a writer wrote. Basically, he was saying like there is no throwing away writing on there. Like once they write it up, is what you're gonna do. And they had this nigga fight the Undertaker in a fucking funeral home while a funeral was right next door. And this nigga
that's fire.
obviously they was going ham and like fighting and shit like that. And the nigga from the funeral home and the nigga from the next room came in there, was like, yo, can y'all quiet this shit down? It was some real crazy shit where it was like, I think it was like Triple H had went to the fucking funeral home because they like, they killed off a character or whatever. It was a woman
killed
character.
Off a character.
Yeah, it was a woman character, and then I think it was one of the wrestlers' girlfriends or some shit like that. And Triple H was supposed to go over there and like essentially fuck her or some shit like that. And then the boyfriend walks in like mid funeral to fight because he sees him doing that shit.
Is this just a porno? This sounds like the.
Well, you know what they were gonna to start it off with, like he was gonna go fake for a kiss, and then he sees him walking in, and they punch, and they start fighting and shit like that.
Facts.
I mean, we've
all
getting it off. We sent you the fucking clip of the Dudley Boys, fucking power bombing an old ass lady through a table. That shit is jokes.
Nah, WWE be getting some sick shit off. Truthfully.
Oh, bro, if you listen to one of them shits with Triple H, I think Stone Cold and them talk about it on his podcast too. I've never really listened to it, but they talk about like some of the writings that that they had to like turn down because they turned that one down where it's like, yo, we cannot air this, and that was in the 90s. Imagine that shit was airing now. That shit was crazy.
Yeah. I wonder what kind of shit that they're rejecting now. I wonder how like progressive the WWE has gotten. Like,
I don't think it is at all. I just think we don't watch it and nobody cares about it like that. Like, their demographic isn't people who are going to be in an uproar about shit like that.
Nah, they're down to see it. I even think WWE was really early on in like letting people like watch the wrestling matches.
Yeah.
Oh no, actually I did see. I was scrolling through the channels and like they had like the crowd list shit.
Yeah.
But they still had like the signs up, which is fucking jokes. That's one of my favorite parts of wrestling is the signs.
Look, man, I was never really, really huge into wrestling, but I really like the storylines that they used to have on that shit. 90s WWF, WWE is untouchable, my nigga. That shit is untouchable. I only really fucked with wrestling for like a few years, but I used to crack up at that shit when they used to like walk into the hospital and Vince McMahon would have his fucking cast on and Stone Cold goes in there like dressed as a nurse and just starts like fucking up his cast and shit. I'm like, yo, what did these niggas make up this stuff? And that shit makes crazy bread. You definitely, I'm recording. You definitely seen that gif. That's no punching. That gif was fucking hilarious.
I'm recording.
I had to let you know because I started talking. I don't know if you was gonna say some crazy shit before we got back into it. Pause.
Greek tragedy and drama.
But I want to listen to that. I mean, I want to see that shit. That shit will probably be dope. And now that like there's no shows like back up, if they can get this shit, well, it's gonna be in the pandemic still because the way these niggas is out here just wilding out.
Yo, I can't believe we're gonna have to wait till 2022 to get season 4 of Atlanta.
It's 22. Shit, maybe
wait,
24.
No, season 3, right?
Yeah, season 3.
Holy shit!
Season
How did
3.
the show?
But they said that they shot most of that shit already.
It's been like 4 years, bro.
Yeah,
give me season 2, 3.
But we always say this shit. What was the time frame between season 1 and season 11? I mean season 2. 2 years? 3 years?
No, it wasn't 3 years. Hold on.
Look that up. Cause we said that shit the same time last time when season 1 came up, and we were like, yo, this shit better be good. And then season 2 came up, but yo, this shit was fucking hilarious.
So season 1 aired September 2016, and then season 2 came out fucking like March 1st, 2018. So it was like a year and a half.
But okay, you have to account too that probably when it came to FX, it was probably like a year and a half done already, like at least a season and a half done. I told you, I really don't know how they're gonna write in them going. They're going to Europe, right?
Yeah.
Especially in the pandemic now, I would hope that they shot all that shit already because I'm pretty sure they want to have like I'm pretty sure there's gonna be an episode where Childish Gambino gets Paperboy to be in a festival or some shit like that, and they make fun of festival kids and stuff.
Lakeith Stanfield don't even got a passport.
What the fuck? Oh, you mean on the show or in real life?
In real life.
This nigga. Yeah, but like knowing Childish Gambino in them, I think that shit would definitely be worth it. But like now, this is what I'm saying. Like in the pandemic, what the fuck are we even watching? Transitioning that to you finally reached the finale of The Sopranos. In
I'm done.
2 days.
I'm finished.
So, give me your final synopsis on Sopranos.
It's a great show.
Exactly. This nigga was mid in episodes and be like, I don't really like this shit no more. And I'm like, I said the same shit around that season, but that shit boots up like crazy.
No, I think it was season 4 or 5 that are just really bad and slow. And
well, I think those seasons
then season
set
6,
up for the next seasons to come up. By the way,
season
spoiler, because
6
we
is
definitely
like-
spoiling shit.
Oh yeah, I mean season 6 is then like really, really, really fast. Like,
Yeah.
so much shit happens,
That's true. Yeah.
and it just really speeds up. I don't like how Phil is the final villain. I thought that was lame. I don't want Phil as my final villain.
I think I kind of saw that coming when.
Yeah, but I
Cuz
get it
died
at
from
that
cancer.
point. At that point, there's no one else.
Yeah, there's
like,
no one else. Everybody got
there's no one
clipped
else.
already, nigga.
Everyone's fucking dead.
Now that last episode is really good, fam. Now that last
Yeah.
episode, that last season leading up to that when what's the nigga's name? Baklava? Bobby Baklava? Bacala. When he gets killed in the train store?
Bro, I was so sad about
Phenomenal
Bobby,
scene, bro. That's
He-
a
he was
phenomenal
like-
scene.
He was fun to get the blue comet for his son to get
Nigga,
his love back into.
Can we give a description going back to this hotline conversation of how happy you were when AJ was gonna jump in the pool with the brick?
No, look, you're making me sound like a psychopath. What I said was like, if AJ kills himself, the show is phenomenal. Look, I'm not, but what I meant to say was
The
is
writing
really
as well.
the writing of his
Yeah.
character. That if it ends like this, everything makes sense.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
wish that he
they
did.
tied it back in anyways, to be honest.
I kind of wish that he did, because in the last episode where they bought him a BMW and he's like talking on the phone and picking up his girlfriend from high
He's the
school.
manager?
It's, just,
Yeah.
it's fucking ridiculous, man.
His girlfriend from high school.
Yeah, she's a junior in high school.
What the fuck? I don't remember that scene at all.
Yeah, she's a junior in high school. She used to model. They met up at the fucking rehab center because she'd be.
Oh, yeah. I do
She was
remember
cutting
that. I do
OD
remember
and then throwing up.
that. Yeah, I do remember that OD. I mean, I do remember that, but...
Also,
okay,
the best part of the season finale is having to watch Meadow parallel park for 10 minutes.
That's not what you text me, but alright. What do you think about the last episode, the way it ended? Do you think it's warranted the hate that it gets, or is it just like whatever?
No, I think it's like it's better than the Game of Thrones ending.
100%. I think that's the way to end that, to be honest.
I think there's like an obvious like go-to belief of what happens, right?
Yeah.
Because every time the theory is that every time someone goes to the door, you see Anthony look up, right?
Yeah.
The last time you hear the door sound, it goes black, which means that like Anthony's not seeing anything, which means he's dead, right?
Yeah.
Or you could just believe that Meadow goes in and everything's cool, like you get to choose, like everything's fine.
Okay, I'm definitely of the belief that he doesn't, but a lot of people do. But I'm like this in the sense of where I want the quote unquote bad guy to win in movies a lot of the time.
I don't like in my personal like worldview of The Sopranos. I don't think he dies either.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't think he dies.
I think he's fine.
I hope they. Well, you can't do it because he passed away. Rest in peace. But I would hope that like they didn't have a. Like I hope they didn't want to reboot that later on. I hope that wasn't their plan to do that.
I don't think they can because
they got that new movie coming out too.
But isn't it just the prequel?
It's
like
the
his
prequel
father.
to it of like how James Gandolfini's. I think his name is Gandolfini, right? Is that his name?
Yeah, James Gandolfini.
Yeah, his son is playing his part of him as a kid in the prequel, where like they're gonna basically what they're showing is they're gonna show how all this got to this, where they're gonna show like. And I think they had a plan of doing this really early on because all the old heads in the show of The Sopranos always talk about the old days and how the old days you would never put up with shit like that and how you would like kill somebody for doing shit like that.
Plus,
and
that's a big part of that culture, anyways.
Yeah, I think they can really get into the story of which they played in a lot of The Sopranos with what's his uncle's name again? The one who we'll see now?
Junior.
Uncle Junior, his pops, and how Uncle Junior got to be like how he is. And then you can go to early Phil days and, all the other old heads who, like, they were like, oh, when he was a boss, shit was better and stuff like that. Like, that, I think that movie's going to be really good. Actually, Joy Diaz is in that movie as well. Yeah, I think Joy Diaz is in that movie. They got a lot of good actors in that movie. I hope that movie does really good. I think that movie's actually coming out soon. To be honest, I'm definitely watching that movie though.
Nah, I'll check it out.
We definitely renting the AMC for that one.
Yo, if we can, then it's over.
If it comes out while AMC is still around, I'm definitely renting that movie theater.
Is that shit even in production, or are they just something that they love to talk about?
No, it's done already. Joy Diaz has talked about it because I guess he has a prevalent character in there, and he said he finished it 2 weeks into the pandemic. They had everybody fly back and finish it, I think, or like 2 months into the pandemic, they had everybody fly back, get tested, stay there for like a few months, and then they.
It was supposed to release September 25th this year.
Yeah. Obviously, it's going to get pushed back because of the COVID days. Like, it's not going to be able to make as much box office money as it can.
Apparently, it's just called Newark.
Yeah. So, it's going to be... I'm pretty sure it's going to be like one of those releases where they have it in AMC and then it goes like straight to Netflix or like Hulu or some shit. I'm pretty sure they're selling it because there's the same thing that happened with Coming to America. Amazon bought that shit for like $150 million. So, I think they're trying to allocate the dollars that they would have made through AMC or like through the box office.
I would think that HBO would try and pay for it first.
I think HBO has a hand in it or something like that. If I was HBO, I'd definitely buy that and put it on HBO Max because you're gonna get a bunch of subscribers from that in itself.
Telatalk HBO show coming soon. It's about two guys that start a podcast.
If we write it in the sense of in the same vein as like Atlanta and like all those shows that like that are like that. I think you can make that be a really good show. Which I think they take all that shit from Louis, and then the one show that Kid Cudi was on HBO that I think should
Coming to America.
Is it Coming to America?
Or Made in America?
How
to make it in
America. That show was actually really good. I don't know why they didn't pick that show up.
Yo, I think if we do a podcast show that's a mix of like the darkness of Louis with like the thematic like nothingness of Seinfeld, it'd be a hit.
100%.
Boy, like we would never be seen doing a podcast. Just how like you never see Jerry do comedy.
Yeah, he does it in the beginning of the show only.
Yeah, but that's like a pretext for the show. Like it's just like a bit.
Yeah, or you never. Oh no, you do see Paperboy perform when he goes to all that other shit. I mean, I don't really care to talk about any of this other shit, so we'll get. We could talk about the Stussy shit because the Stussy shit is actually pretty dope. Stussy's Holiday 2020 collection. I think this is they're expanding the collection that they had already. I fuck with like the first sweater on slide 1. I like that sweater. I'm still trying to find the flower pot piece hoodie that still has not come out, or if it has come out, then anybody let me know and I'll probably cop that off of you, because I have not seen that. I've checked every Friday and I have not seen that come out yet, and I'm trying to cop that. Slide number 7 is me too.
I'll be sure to let the people know that you're looking for a Stussy t-shirt.
I just told the people. Slide number 7 is dope though. I like that shit with the embroidery. I think that's a fleece jacket, but it has the same tones of that as their cardigan shit, but just with the flower embroidery on it. I like that shit a lot. I don't think this is
sponsor us.
Big facts. I wouldn't mind. Freddie Gibbs is sponsored by Palace, nigga. Holla at us. I like that corduroy.
Freddie Gibbs is sponsored by Palace?
Yeah.
That's a crazy sponsor.
He's been for a while.
I want to see Freddie Gibbs do a kickflip.
Actually, you told me that.
Did I tell you that?
Yeah, I think you told me on the podcast that he was. Or if he's not sponsored by them, they fuck with him heavy, because they send
these lies off.
They send him packages all the time. To that slide. What slide is this with the chick on it? Slide. Damn it.
Slide 35.
Slide 20. Slide 20 with the corduroy hoodie. I fuck with that too. With the oversized corduroy hoodie, I fuck with that. And then slide 24 with the paisley jacquard fleece. I fuck with that as well. But we cannot wear fleeces where we live.
No,
even though it has been getting cold and I'm fucking with this weather. Slide 32 is hard too with that cardigan with low key. Slide 32. I'm not even gonna say anything. Slide 32 is the way that I want us to make the cardigans when we make it. I need those 2 pockets on the front. I want
the big ass shits.
Not that big, but I like the cardigans with the pockets on it. We just put the T on that shit as well. With
you giving away the juices, the Telatalk juices. You can't let them know what we making.
It's nobody could do it with the flavor that we do it, so I don't really fuck with it. You can take it, but I can show you how to cook something, but it ain't gonna taste the same if I don't cook it.
Speaking of flavor, Shake Shack gets fancy with
That was
limited
a phenomenal
edition
transition.
black truffle. I'm not interested in black truffle.
Okay, I didn't really put this on here because, like, you know, we fuck with Shake Shack and the truffle shit. Do you fuck with truffle in general? Is what I was gonna say.
Every time I ever had it, I've never been like, yo, truffle's amazing. It was just kind of like, yeah,
well, okay.
Whatever.
Where have you had truffle before from?
In pasta.
But I'm saying, like what specific places have you had it in?
From Burns, like the steakhouse.
Okay, all right. Then you had valid truffle. I don't like it either, but a lot of people tell you that a lot of the truffle oils that they use in other places are fake oils, truffle oils, and then like you had truffle shavings. I'm assuming if you had it from Burns.
Yeah, it was the shavings.
I don't really fuck with it either. I don't really think it adds that much to it.
Look, if you don't own the pig that finds it, don't put that shit in front of me.
That shit actually gives me like a stomach ache when I eat that shit for some reason. I don't really fuck with truffles like that because I've had a truffle pasta in New York one time when we went in the wintertime. I don't think you went with us in that wintertime, but I had one that year. I was like, let me taste it. It was white truffle though. It was a white truffle pasta. I didn't really fuck with it though. Like I just think people like that shit like caviar too, where it's just like caviar's all salty.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. It's one of those shits that like rich people try to get off as like being really good and like just because it's expensive.
I don't really fuck with that shit. That's just whack.
I don't want that shit.
But that's all we have for this week. We managed to crack an hour talking about God knows what, you niggas, because you niggas gonna fuck with that anyway. Telatalk season 12, episode 2.
We talked about Kid Cudi and Lil Yachty. Who else? Who else but us?
Hey, it's relevant. Telatalk season 12, episode 2. We out.
Peace.
Iggity.